Good morning, it's Beth from Ruth Stitchery and ruthstitchery.com, and today we're going to talk about a new fabric line, one of my favorite things to talk about. I'm asked quite often, how do you decide what fabric to buy for the store? And boy, that's a loaded question. It's not easy. If people knew how much we say no to, we'd love to buy it all, but we know we can't. So my answer to that, usually my number one is I get the staff involved. As much as possible, whoever's working that day, that a fabric rep is here, or if I have a book that they can look through, because our staff is basically a sampling of our quilting community with their style, what they love, what they hear customers are looking for. So of course I'm going to rely on them for those things. Historical data kind of shows me what types of fabrics will sell, so sometimes it's just a no-brainer. I know people are going to be looking for a particular line. Of course, there's several designers that it really doesn't matter what the fabric looks like because it's that designer and they're going to want it. But I personally like to look for anything that looks kind of new, fresh, maybe something I've never seen before. And of course, I love when it has a story behind it. And so the line that I'm going to share with you today is called Flower Press from Catherine Watson is the designer. She's a new designer with Moda. And so her whole line just came in and it's right here. And there was something about this line that just intrigued me. It caught my eye, and at first I didn't really know why, other than it just kind of looked different than anything we had seen. And so of course then I wanted to delve into what was the inspiration behind this line, how did this line come about, maybe a little bit more about her, because it wasn't a name I'd ever heard before. So what I found out is that she has been an artist. She went to college for printmaking and of course is a very creative person. Once she was out of college, kind of as a hobby, she her creativity kind of pushed her into how this fabric line came about and her other things. So basically what she does is she draws an image. So it is mostly flowers, leaves, that type of thing. So she'll draw an image on paper, then she traces it or transposes it onto a block of linoleum. And then she hand carves that design in that block of linoleum, basically making a stamp. And so she uses those stamped designs or those block prints she started out with paper. She still does that on paper, ceramics. She's got mugs and that kind of stuff on her website that she sells. And then she now has kind of moved into making fabric with those presses. So all of these designs on this fabric started as a drawing, then she put them on a linoleum stamp, carved it out by hand, and then that is how these designs came about. And that just, of course, took me over the edge. And I love when a fabric line has a story behind it. It really does not look like anything that we've really seen before. And again, I kind of love that it could go modern, it could go traditional. It all depends on what you put with it, and of course what fabric, what pattern you decided to do with it. So I just love this line. She's a new designer with Moda, Catherine Watson. It's called Flower Press, and it's all right up here in the front of our store. And of course, it's another one I keep looking at, like, what can I make with this? Because I really want to make something with it. It is also on our website, so ruthstitchery.com. Just put in Flower Press in the search and you will find the entire line. And thanks so much for watching our videos. Please share with your friends. We're building a little base and we're loving it.